Yeah, and then that kind of the validation part is once we feel like we might know what's going on for them, it's saying, I can see that you're really upset about that, I can see this is really worrying you, this is really hard. And teenagers are also really good at correcting us too. If we've got it wrong, they'll let us know.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, there's a lovely parenting approach called tuning into teens, and one of the things that they talk about is looking out for the bids for connection. That sometimes teens have a different way of letting you know then something's going on, and it might not be the obvious distress. It might be coming in and throwing their bag down and then just sort of hanging about. So it's kind of noticing those moments and then reaching back to connect with them. Yeah. That's important.
Yeah, and so I think that's the nurturing part, and that part does have to come first.
Yeah.
And that, you talked about taking that kind of control and setting the limits. It's really important. And I think if we just come in with that, a teenager's not going to want to have a bar of it. We know school's really important, that we know keeping routine's really important. If we just come in with just the control part before that nurturing, curious, validating, it's going to be it's not going to be helpful, is it? Yeah.
We're going to lose them because we're not including.
That connection.
Meeting them where they're at. And helping them feel that we understand.
Yes. Yeah. And often I say to parents and caregivers, it's almost more than you think you need to do. So once you feel like you've done that and you want to jump straight into like problem solving, or no, you have to go to school.
Keep with it.
Yeah, keep going. And like you said, equally as a parent, it is our role to keep the routines, keep helping the young person with what we know is helpful, and holding that, and that at times when things are really difficult for them, we do need to take a bit more control than we usually would. And I think by, again, being curious and nurturing, it gives us time to be more collaborative problem solving. So instead of you have to go to school, you might have then found out what it was about school that's particularly difficult. Then you can problem solve together. Is there things you could do that might be helpful?
What could we change that might make it a bit more manageable for you? Yeah. And even beginning to name what's going on and what they're experiencing can kind of give a sense of containment to it, that it's not this huge overwhelming thing. This is anxiety that's bossing you around now, and that we can find ways to help manage that, so it becomes more workable somehow. It's also okay for us to express our concerns once we've done that, isn't it? That we've made sure that they know that we're trying to understand and that we're hearing what they're experiencing. And for us to say, the concerns that we have, and often they're the very basic things, aren't they? That around health, that they're not eating or they're not sleeping enough, or around safety, or around what they should be doing for their age and stage, connecting with others, this involvement with things that they enjoy. And those are the things that we're concerned about. So it's how do we link what the problem is to really some of those really basic things that we really care about for our young people.